What up, y'all? Conscious One coming at you. So, guys, I couldn't wait to get to tonight to do this video because what I heard last night, I'm gonna put, uh, the Net Most Wanted's his link in this video. We're doing a narration of Net Most Wanted video. I haven't watched this channel in probably a couple of months, and I seen the video, and this guy, he stays consistent, with the stuff that he talks about. And I'm gonna leave Net Most One. I'm gonna leave his link in this, guys. In the meantime, I'm gonna get to this narration because this is he's done a few videos about parasites, but I found this one very potent because it's a few things that I wanna respond to with this one. Because I've been telling we've been talking about this, guys. This diet thing, it ain't no joke. I told y'all about some stuff, but let's just get to the narration, guys, because I got a few things I gotta say. And y'all already know I got some big I told you so. I told you, mothers, man. I told you. I'll probably leave a 13 Son link too. You keep telling people they can't, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, but that's all you can do is tell people, So at 1:44, at 1 hour 44 minutes in this video, you got the pastor talking about the pig. We already know about the pig, but let's just get through this, guys. He's finishing up talking about the pig, but it's probably going to be about 20 minutes, guys. Let's just get to it.
And infected animals, they're scavengers. And what's interesting is the pig has one of the quick.
Remember, guys, we're talking about parasites here, right? So we're going to learn all about parasites in the next 20-25 minutes.
And poorest digestive systems of any animal. It takes only 4 hours, and that's not good. Because the digestive system is so quick and so poor, many times the toxins from the food are not properly eliminated, and they are stored in the pig's fat. That means that pig can eat all kinds of filth and garbage. It can eat other infection. 4 hours later, there are 3 basic rules. You can't eat some animals. The animals you do eat need to be slaughtered in a special way, and you can't combine milk and meat. Let's break that down. What animals can we eat? Famously, of course, pork, shrimp, and shellfish, but the Torah has a long list of animals, calling some of them clean and some of them unclean. You are is halal. People say these people chant their magical slogans on the meat, so when we eat it, we want to be Muslims. That is the most foolish statement I've ever heard. All the creatures have been given life by the Almighty. What gives me the right to take the life of a cow away? I don't have the right. Okay, so obviously this guy, he sounds like an Arab. He's talking about, the Muslim people, they put this label on the food called halal. And although that is the cleanest way to eat an animal, without the blood and the meat, it's like you're still eating the animal. And me personally, it's just my opinion, I seriously doubt that you can get like all the blood out of meat. Maybe sometimes you can, maybe most of the times you can't really get the blood out of the meat. I mean, when you think about it, how is that even possible in the first place? You're still eating the flesh of, like this Muslim guy is saying, you're still eating God's creation. A lot of people don't like to hear this, man, but we're going to get through this today, y'all. Some people, then you got people say that eating meat is permitted in the Bible. Look, we all have free will, man. And I ain't finna come on here and act like I don't eat meat. I haven't been eating meat lately, though. And I can tell you guys, I'm looking a lot better. But not just because of the meat, though. We're going to get to that later. I already told you guys back in the day, if you gotta eat meat so bad, if you just gotta eat meat that bad, why don't you just save it for like, a Friday night when you go out with your honey or whatever, and y'all go to a nice restaurant, and I don't even know, maybe drink, eat milk, maybe do one day of the week where you just do whatever the hell you want to do, right? You I don't know, eat some ice cream, eat some meat, drink some tequila, whatever the hell you like to drink, and just save it for that one day. That's all I'm telling people to do. Because if you want to be your healthiest and if you want to look your best as you're aging, you're going to have to make some sacrifices, man. But let's move on. Let's move on, y'all. under certain conditions, you may be granted permission to take that life away in a specific way. So I'm not allowed to destroy the creatures of the Almighty for no purpose. I cannot even destroy the ecosystem without purpose. If I want an animal from the point of its birth to the point of its slaughter, is extremely important. You need to be completely humane, even with animals. You need to treat them, give them that life that they deserve, feed them properly, give them that air and the space. If you were to look at abattoirs that belong to non-Muslims, they are very barbarically run. To be honest, is it that the throat is used because of the central nervous system? Powerful statement. Sometimes people hack these animals to death. People say, you need to stun these animals. Did you know that they...
This don't have nothing to do with Muslims, but I don't know if you guys have y'all ever seen those videos on YouTube. I don't know if they still got them, but it showed like a meat grinder and how, you know, sometimes you don't even know what you're getting, but they put the whole cow in the meat grinder, and the cow just getting diced. I mean, just like in a million. It's the most grossest thing you could ever watch. I think it's a documentary about this, but I'll tell you guys something for real. Like, I mean, steak is good. Y'all saw me cooking that ribeye steak. I mean, steak is good, but it's not something. I mean, I had some Ethiopian food the other day, and it tastes good. Uh, but I'm telling y'all, man, it's just I only eat meat maybe once every 2 weeks at the moment. I'll be straight up honest with you guys. Like once every 2 weeks, I'm eating meat. Okay. Uh, and the only reason why is because I'm just tired of eating the same shit every day, and I don't have access to the things that I really want to eat. Other than that, I really don't have a desire for meat like that. But I like that this is a Muslim guy saying like don't try to act like just because you slap the word halal on something that it's okay to eat meat. No, it's not. And as you get older, look, guys, you're gonna pay the price if you're eating meat all day long, every day. I'm telling you. Now, some people might say, "Hey, man, we're gonna die anyway. You might as well enjoy yourself." Well, I mean, what you're gonna enjoy you're gonna enjoy high blood pressure. You're gonna enjoy looking sick, feeling sick. That's about the only thing you're gonna enjoy. It's not about how many years you live. It's about the quality of life. But let's move on, y'all.
There's research that proves that stunning an animal actually creates greater pain than if you don't stun the animal. People say, how? To use a sharp blade, quick slice. When I burn my fingers, what happens? A message goes from the sensory nerves to my brain, central nervous system. It says, you are hurt, lift your hand up. It happens within a split second. But if the central nervous system is ruptured from the jugulars, the pain, the message goes up, it gets stuck there because it cannot go up anymore. Blood system, bloodstream out. So what happens? It numbs to a halt. That is halal. If you were to slice it, the message will not go from the bottom to the top, nor from the top to the bottom, because the jugulars are gone. Windpipe and food pipe. And you have to take the permission of the giver of that. Right? And think about it. You might got one parasite that do that. What if you got 100 parasites in you? If you never cleanse your body out, if you never cleanse your person, think about how many parasites you probably got in you. And I don't care if anybody that's watching this right now, you have parasites in you, or you have a parasite at the least minimal, you probably got a couple hundred. You see what I'm saying? And they put these eggs in you, and that's the thing they were talking about. And I think I might have played a piece there where the guy was talking about, they noticed that this was back in like the 1800s. He was treating people in like Chicago. And what he was finding that people that did these detoxes at like 2 or 3 times a year, they never really had to go to the hospital. But they had the people that didn't clean their system, and these people seem to always came down with cancer. Tell me what your theory is in terms of disease and how you recommend that disease is treated. I generalized because I saw so many diseases that I was working on to be due to a parasite and a toxin in combination, kind of a collusion between them maybe, that I generalized and said all diseases are due to a combination of some parasite or something that's trying to live on you and a toxin, maybe a solvent, maybe a heavy metal that's facilitating that invader. Well, the easiest example that comes to mind is diabetes. You have the pancreatic fluke invading the pancreas and potent wood alcohol, methyl alcohol, wood alcohol, which pollutes nearly all the processed food that we have on the market in tiny amounts. But by the time you're drinking and eating it all day long with that little bit, it adds up. And that combination I always see in diabetes. That might not be all there is to it, but if you correct those two things, you recover from your diabetes. I was really shocked when I found out that this is something that affects every single living human. In fact, every single living organism on the face of the earth. You could be leading a healthy lifestyle. You could be jogging, eating raw food, taking vitamins, and all those kind of things. But these guys don't care. These guys are persistent. They're dangerous. They're deadly. They've been around for millions of years. They know what they're doing. And they're inside of all of us. And we're constantly being exposed to this. This is something that we all need to take very seriously. This is not science fiction. This is scary, it's real, and it's serious. Monsters living inside us, they eat our bodies and control our emotions, urges, and thoughts. As a colon hydrotherapist for approximately...
Trying to adjust my thing, man. My arm getting tired holding this phone. I'm trying to do this narration, y'all. But no, they just showing it. I'm looking at this thing. They pulling these huge tapeworms out of people's bodies. This is disgusting.
20, 21 years now, you wouldn't believe what I see coming out of people's bodies. This is not just a third world country thing. Everybody has them. Even normal people with lots of money living in suburbia who take showers 3 times a day. If you eat sushi, you have parasites. 1 square inch of...
It's crazy. Guys, I have never had the desire to eat sushi. Never. I just never... I've never... I think I tried sushi maybe one time. You know what I mean? I don't even understand how people like sushi, to be honest with y'all. I don't like sushi. I mean, people think that's healthy. And those things full of worms. So I mean, sushi just as bad as eating a pig. That's crazy.
Raw sushi meat can contain 10,000 parasite larvae and eggs that begin hatching inside you the minute you eat it. The most common kind is tapeworms, which can grow to 60 feet long and live in your intestines for decades. If you have pets, you are guaranteed to have parasites. You can't kill them all, only control them, because our bodies have trillions of cells which rely on helpful bacteria like probiotics to work right. If we kill all the organisms in our body, we kill ourselves. The secret is to keep the bad guys to a minimum. Make our bodies so healthy and clean, the undesirable guests won't want to stick around. Parasites are living alien creatures who live off of others. They eat your food, they poop their waste inside you, making your blood, lymph, and tissues toxic. They can multiply so much in your gut, what you think is fat may in fact be entire nests of parasites. Subject to this,
they
like
just
it or
poured
not,
out,
it's a fact. Tests done at funeral homes show that
they just poured out a bunch of worms out of somebody's body, y'all. Look like spaghetti. Disgusting.
87% of the body fluids in people were totally consumed with parasites and worms. Scientists are just beginning to discover exactly how powerful and disturbing these hidden monsters can be. Our cells are controlled by chemical signals. Parasites emit a chemical that directly affects our behavior, thoughts, decisions, and urges. Are you willing to do what it takes to free yourself from something that's controlling you from inside?
Let me tell you guys something, man. This diet that I've been on right now, when I come up, guys, let me tell y'all something. It's all I can tell, and they're about to get into this about, parasites being like demonic. When I come up on somebody, guys, let's say you cleanse your body out, and you come up on somebody who's filled with parasites. Look, you think those people that they're being controlled. Sometimes people don't. They might not even like you because the parasite is telling them not to like you. You got the host connected to you.
Who's in charge, you or them? If doctors couldn't handle anything, and here this little priest had come out of the woodwork and handled my lead poisoning like he did and some other health issues, and I went back...
Guys, if the battery or something happened, guys, we'll do a part 2. I'm gonna try to do this in 20 minutes.
The doctors to tell them there was no interest. They weren't interested. That floored me. So I said to them, what else are you not telling us? And that meant I had to go back into history and find out where they'd made a mess of it. And as the further I got back in history through the 1800s, I began to realize that, look, did they know absolutely nothing? I mean, that's the opinion that everyone basically has. You know, back there in the 1800s, they knew nothing. So I started finding books that were published by doctors through the 1800s, books that they read and books that they learned from. And lo and behold, out of every single book were deworming programs, parasite programs, all through America.
Now you gotta give Trump credit, because he told you while there's doing a lockdown that you need to be taking ivermectin. Uh, but see, the thing with me though, when it comes to medication, is you could do yourself a favor and just eat right. Like, stop trying to take stuff, remedies. Why can't you just eat right? You're just dead desperate that you gotta have some blood, you gotta have some meat. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, Trump told you. He told you months through the lockdown. You want to? He basically told you, "Man, y'all a bunch of demonically parasitic, infected people. You need to take some ivermectin."
All through Canada, all through the world, parasite programs, and pictures of parasites that they had found in flesh. For doctors in those days did autopsies, and they found parasites. No one is resistant to worms and parasites. And look at the 1800s. We go through the 1800s. What did the doctors do then? They dewormed you. And the best man I like in America is Dr. Chase out of Chicago. He wrote 3 books. You can get them in the library in the old book section. Dr. Chase. In the center of his book, he's got a whole bunch of remedies for deworming. And you know what? He kept records. I love it. And here's what he stated. For some strange reason, after 40 years of practice, I have asked everybody how often they deworm, and the people that deworm every year never come in for anything. They come in for checkups. They're healthy. And the people that never deworm, except for 2 or 3 years down the road, need some doctoring. And the people that never deworm, well, we're starting a new clinic for them because they have this strange new disease called cancer.
Oh.
And Dr. Chase got an 80% success rate right in Chicago in the 1800s of getting rid of cancer by deworming. So we started to search for parasite programs just to see what was going on, to see if maybe something was happening that we really didn't understand. So I did myself first. And lo and behold, I got 8 and 10-inch critters out of me. They were white. First of all, they were in a toilet water, and they were all...
Guys, let me tell y'all about it. About a year ago, I had a parasitic infection. And I was not eating a lot of sugar, stuff like this. Just wasn't eating the right foods. They like the bread too. They like refined grains, which today I learned something new. I found out popcorn is not refined grains. So I'm thankful for that. But what did I eat today? I had some walnuts, some raisins, some watermelon, some popcorn, a couple of protein shakes, took my vitamins, took some creatine. And I need to get some more Lugol's iodine. My diet has been very, very clean, guys, last 2 or 3 weeks, and it's really starting to show up. It seems like I'm getting muscular. That one of the reasons I could be getting muscular without actually being in the gym is because maybe I don't have a lot of parasitic activity going on in my body. They're not sucking my blood anymore. So maybe I'm actually, my body's taking up these nutrients. But yeah, when I had that parasite problem, guys, I was in trouble. Actually, I had to buy I bought a tincture of wormwood and some parasite herbs, and it must have took me about 4 or 5 months, guys, to get rid of these worms out of my body. It's like these little yellow strings that come out in your stool. It was terrible, guys. It was terrible. I don't ever want to go through nothing like that again. It's terrible. It'd be so many of them. You just like, what? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Hold on, y'all. Let's keep going.
Lodged up that looked, I thought it was mucus.
Mm-hmm.
Until just for curiosity, I threw some hot water in the toilet to warm it up, and then went and gosh, they strung out and they were swimming all over. And I thought, oh my heavens, look at that. Since then,
It's terrible.
in 5 years,
the most common ones. I think what I had was pinworms. Those are the most common ones. But when you get pinworms, don't get nothing at the store that said get rid of pinworms, like the over the counter. Get you some diatomaceous. You want to get you some diatomaceous earth. You want to stop eating all the bullshit that feeds worms. You want to drink a lot of water. I mean, seriously, you gotta get off all sugar. And you gotta get you like a dewormer tincture, or you can just take some ivermectin. You know, but bottom line is you gotta stop eating the crap, feeding them things.
Wormed 100,000 of you, and you should see and hear the stories. The last pictures are coming in. When I get home, they should be there. The woman got 18-inch long critters out of her that were so thick she couldn't get them into a top of a juice bottle. She got 8 of them. They're usually translucent.
Now you guys see why I'm more interested in dating a petite one. Shit, man.
They're usually white. And there's some of them that look like tarantula spiders. Some of them look like grasshoppers. Some of them look like little tiny miniature sailboats. Some of them look like little spacecraft. Yeah, this is really strange stuff.
Oh my God.
And every single person I have dewormed, I have never yet dewormed anyone where they didn't tell me, hey, I feel 25% better. Now here's the problem. We go to Safeway and we buy vegetables, right? Or we go to our garden and get vegetables. Well, thousands and thousands of eggs, parasite eggs, float in the soil, in the water, in the soil, and the roots from the plants suck them up.
By the way, guys, I found out even eggs can contain parasites. That's why Joseph Chaperon said demons can enter the body. What did he say? From eating animal products. The man was not lying. All animal products, all of them.
Into the leaves. Now, those eggs are not supposed to hatch in your body. Nature has seen to that. They're supposed to pass right through. But you buy salad dressing.
Oh.
Now, when they make salad dressing, they've got this huge stainless steel vat, and it makes a million bottles of...
Hey, I didn't even know this was... I heard this last night, guys. We're about to get into the stuff where I say I can't wait till tomorrow night I make this video. I didn't even know about this, y'all. I didn't even know about this. I told you mothers about those condiments, man. Didn't I tell y'all them condiments mess you up? But I didn't know it got this deep. I told you mothers.
Ranch, and when they're finished with that, they want to make honey mustard, so they clean the machine out with what's called food-grade propyl alcohol. And when they're in a hurry like that...
Guys, we're going to have to make a part 2 because the batteries run out. It's just getting good, though. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll get at it later. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.